Curiosity is one of the main ones that we hear from hiring managers that they're looking for. They're looking for you to display, again, in those specific examples of how you've used your skills, how you were curious, how you went beyond just what somebody told you to do or what the SOP said to do, but you were curious to figure out, why do we do that? How does it impact the rest of the production line or the other people in the other departments? Could I sit in that meeting and learn more about that subject because now I'm really interested? Could I go talk with someone in another department to really get a feel for how's what I'm doing affect what they do? That's the kind of curiosity that hiring managers are looking for. A flexible mindset kind of goes along with that. So being flexible enough and curious enough to say, maybe the way I'm thinking about it is not the only way or the absolute right way. I'm flexible enough to consider other opportunities, to consider other opinions, and be collaborative. Collaboration is a big piece of, especially showing some leadership traits that we work with a lot of candidates on. And so being flexible enough to collaborate, open your mind a little bit, and also be a steward of change. Having a learner mindset, knowing, especially as a student, that you're walking in with not necessarily everything under your belt, that you have a lot to learn still, even though you may have just checked the box on this degree, that you still have a lot to learn as you walk into an organization. So having a learner mindset that you're going to kind of maybe even lay low for the first 30, 60 days and really just soak it all in. Learn as much as you can, gather as much information and data as you can, but also approach new things or different opinions, different feedback with a mindset of, how can I learn from this? How can I grow? How can I adjust what I'm doing? So figuring out where you've done that in the past, whether that was within a classroom setting, in a team project that you had, or from a work experience, and again, displaying those things as you answer questions. Being a problem solver, definitely a big one. They want to see people that can solve problems and that can look, again, with that curious mindset and bring problems maybe to the table, but not just identify problems, bring some sort of potential solution. Could not be the right solution, but it's a potential one. And so they're looking for a problem solver who can surface things that they might see, address red flags, but bring those solutions to the table and be collaborative to talk about those. And then being reliable, for sure. They're looking for somebody who is just showing up on time, showing up for their shift, being reliable to be there and ready to work, not necessarily just showing up, but being present and ready to do your job. And so as you can display those things from either volunteer experiences, work experiences, or just a school track record, those kind of things bode well with hiring managers. And they want to see that especially when they're looking at hiring students or former students.